Good morning. Everyone here? Okay. Well, as we move forward into the our 2013 season, as always, we're very excited about it. We're excited because it provides for us a lot of new opportunities for us, some of our current student athletes. It's no secret that we had a large senior class from last year. And that class had some success as far as football is concerned, definitely academically. But as always in college football, you want your kids to move on. And now those guys have moved on. And now what we're concentrating on is what we have at our Miami University as opposed to what we have lost. Only thing we can affect is what we have. What we're going to work extremely hard in training camp, try to get our young guys ready to play, and get them ready to put their signature on this year's football team. I don't know if I'm going to go into specifics unless I'm asked as far as who's going to do what. But we're going to be led by these four guys who are up here with us. They've been a part of our program. They know what our expectations are. And they've been working hard to provide us the leadership and guidance to help with some of our young people in the development of getting them to the level that we expect them to be at. We have no idea what the 2013 season holds for us. We have no idea what Grambling State University is going to do because we understand that they have some different coordinators. But one thing we can assure you is that we'll come hungry, ready to play, very excited about this opportunity to play together as a team. We will always represent Alabama A&M University to the highest. And that being said, I guess I can open the questions. We'll open the floor.
Coach, you just finished your 12th camp, preseason camp on the Hill. Talk about how the camp progressed.
This year was somewhat of an injury camp. We suffered a lot of injuries, not a lot of serious injuries. We've been fortunate with that, but we still have suffered a lot of injuries. We have some new guys, particularly in the offensive line, that we're trying to get acclimated to college football, the speed of the game, the physicality of the game, and they're fighting through. But we had some injuries, so we had to monitor or adjust some things that we do to make sure we can get through practice in a productive manner. So we're able to do so. And now what we're doing is looking forward to these next couple of weeks, try to get our team ready to play Miami State University.
Coach, you mentioned some minor injuries. Can you just give some examples of what those were?
Some bumps on the knees, hands, some mild concussions, hamstring strains, rolling strains, turf toe. The list goes on and on and on. It's football. I mean, anytime you're going to have guys bumping into each other on a daily basis, so many things are going to happen. Some people can handle a little more than others, but they are what they are. They're minor. What I mean by minor is that there's something that these guys can recover from without a lot of fanfare. But they're severe enough where they can miss some time, whether they're trying to get some reps or a day in practice or a couple of days in practice. Our training period is doing a great job of trying to get these guys back to it. And our coaching staff is doing a great job of trying to monitor this, making whatever adjustments necessary to get us through these practices where, again, we're trying to get better. Last night was a prime example of it. We couldn't do all we wanted to do with the offensive line. So what we did is we got some great work done. We improvised in our 2-minute offense and defense. We got a lot of great work done, a lot of great film, a lot of things we can teach from. That's what we're going to continue to do.
Coach, what's the timetable between now and Grambling in terms of more scrimmages, in terms of just trying to get your lineup set and make a decision on positions?
Well, the lineup, let's talk about the lineup. The lineups are starting to come together. They're not there quite yet, but they're starting to come together. What we're starting to see, I guess it's like, you're on a ship and you're way out at sea, and then you start to see land. You're starting to get excited about some things. So we're starting, as far as our lineups are concerned, we're starting to see who kind of count on to be number one, and now we're looking at the number two, things like that. So that is starting to come, that picture is starting to come very clear. Timetable, we'll have a big scrimmage this Saturday. It'll be a little more competitive. We'll start putting in our game plan against Brandon, but this scrimmage this Saturday, I think, is going to be more competitive, trying to solidify where we are as far as that lineup is concerned. And then the next 2 weeks, it's going to all be about, it's going to be all about Brandon, trying to prepare the multiple things that we think they're going to do, getting our guys ready to play football against some teams that may do a couple of different things. That's really what we're going to have to do. And then we'll scrimmage the next Saturday, and that'll be our final tune-up as far as the scrimmage is concerned. And we'll put in our last minute touches going down the road so we can do it.
What time's the scrimmage Saturday is open to the public?
This scrimmage here is part of our fan day, as mentioned earlier. We start at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. And this one will be open to the public. And then the following one will start at 6 o'clock. But we're going to be concentrating on what we're going to do, and so that one won't be open to the public. So if you want to get a look at where we are, you can come out this Saturday, 6 p.m. Get out and have some fun. Come out and enjoy the fan day and be a part of that, those festivities, and see what our kids are doing, and get a chance to meet these young men and the ladies involved in our program. And I think it's a real treat if you get an opportunity to sit down and talk to these young people and see where they're from and what they're trying to do with their lives. And so I think it's a great treat for all.
Because last week you said none of the 4 quarterbacks that came into competition had done anything to assert themselves. Has that changed any in the last week?
The first scrimmage we had, Brandon kind of set himself apart up there as far as the guy that's probably going to be the one on the lead this game. We'll wait and see a little more, see if anybody can make progress. But based on one scrimmage and what we did last spring, that's probably going to be the case. We'll give these other guys an opportunity to be for number 2, and still possibly they can overtake them. So we'll take another look at it this week.
You were talking about running back by committee. How's that committee stack up?
That committee is still in session. We're still looking. Again, I think we have 2 or 3 guys right now that are healthy. And I think we're going to go with that. I think Brandon is doing a great job. Barrington is right there with him, and also Josh is. All 3 of those guys, they can be very efficient ball carriers for us. But I think it would be too much to put all the burden on one guy. So the committee is still going to be informed. I think we'll be fine handling it that way. And we had Kadarius. Kadarius was a big guy that can handle a lot of fun. That can dish out a lot of fun. We've had in the past, we've had running backs like maybe the year that we won our championship, we had 3 ball carriers that all 3 of them had about 400 or 500 yards for the year. We were very successful, so we'll have to go back to that form.
Coach Towns, you've been here 34 years. Just talk about your experiences, how it has changed.
I guess as far as change right now with the NCAA rules, as far as tour days concerned, that's probably one of the biggest changes that we've had here in the last, it's been the last 4 or 5 years from back in the 70s. Back in the 70s, we were doing tour days for about a month before school got started. And now it goes 1 tour day, then 1 day, a tour day, 1 a day. I think this year we had about 4 tour days. Back in the 70s, we had about 20, 25 tour days. But NCAA think it's really kind of helping the kids, and sometimes it's hurting because they're not getting in great condition like they did, nowadays. They get ready for the sun, and, the conditioning right now. So that's probably one of the biggest changes we have right now as far as with the NCAA governing things that we get things done that way. And also spring training the same way. As far as contact day during spring training, When the kid set out through a year with no contact and come back, he's not really ready to go. So when our pops come in and don't play the first year, they come back, they're not ready to go. All predicated on conditioning, training, and have enough time really to practice to get the team ready to go. So the kids ready to play back again physically.
Coach Pearl, one of the position battles Coach Jones mentioned was the offensive line. You're replacing 3 young men, 2 all-conference, 1 in the NFL right now. Just talk about how that has been going.
It's been going along pretty well, I believe. The issue with Coach Jones talking about with the injuries is kind of slowing it down, but Winston Hunt has done a good job of stepping in for Jamal Webb. And we're asking right now James Driver and Devin Dobbins to replace Brian Ross and JaQuincy Eugene. They're doing an excellent job. They're working extremely hard to replace those guys, and I think they'll do a good job. They have some nagging injuries right now that's held them out for a couple of days, but they should be back on the practice field here real soon.
JaQuincy Eugene snapped the ball to Deontay Mason for about 3 years. How does that transition with Devin Dobbins snapping the ball to any of one of the quarterbacks who might be named starting quarterback? How does that take place?
Well, they have to develop a relationship together and have good chemistry in order to be on the field together, because we ask our center and our quarterbacks to make checks at the line of scrimmage. So they've been doing that. They've been together since the spring, and we feel like that relationship is growing and it's only going to get better.
Question for A.J. Clark. A.J., when you came in as a prop, as a freshman, you came in as a quarterback, then you got changed to cornerback, which you played for the last 2 seasons. Now you're a strong safety. Just talk about the transition between those 3 positions.
I mean, it's a process, because at first I came in as quarterback, had to learn the offensive skills, and then as I began this transition, I had to understand how to read the offense, which if it's a run or a pass, and so now it becomes comfortable for me in a way. So now I'm comfortable to make calls or help in the aspect.
Does moving a strong safety help you read the quarterback a little bit better than playing the cornerback position?
Yes, it does. It gives me more ability to show I got speed, I can cover both sides of the field as well. I can help.
Speaking on that, he came here as a quarterback, but he mainly was a pretty good athlete. He came in, we redshirted. He didn't proper redshirt his freshman year, just getting ready to play. He worked hard in training camp, worked hard for 1 year, helping the team get ready. And when we decided to sit down and talk to him about the possible move, the thing that he did, one of the reasons why he's up here now, because his answer was he wanted to do whatever is best for the team. And it's been that way since day one, moving to the secondary, moving the corner. And then this year we had a bigger need at the free safety spot. Moved there. Once again, he accepted all those changes to help the football team. It wasn't because of the lack of anything. It just felt he would be better guy playing those positions. He's done so. Again, that's one of the reasons why he's up here now, because he's been a guy who's always put the team before himself. And when he gets out there, he does a great job of helping. So, thank you.
Can you just kind of fill us in on the other 3 guys?
Well, since I started with the defense, I'll stay over there. Reginald came here. His situation was a little unique. He came here as a transfer from junior college, and some things didn't work out there. So this kid had to make a true commitment to be a part of Alabama University. He did so. Him and his family did so. He had to sit out his first year, and then he did all that was necessary to take the proper steps to get himself academically sound and also ready to play football. I had him play his first year, started making a lot of great plays for a kid that just don't have any problem. Work hard, yes sir, no sir, do what you ask him to do. Provide leadership for our team. Had a real good year for us last year. We're looking for him to have a great year this year. So again, that's one of the reasons why he's here. Both of those young men, when you look for trouble, when you hear about trouble, you know their name's not involved. proud to have guys like that on the team. You know, they're not from the state of Alabama, but they stay here, do a lot of work here, and get involved in our program. So, great kids when I go to the offensive side, it's just the opposite. And I don't mean they get in trouble. They are from the state of Alabama. I have to clear that up with the media, have you flash that's it, whatever. But anyway, we'll start with Alvin down on the end. Young man who came here, he's from the area. So when he goes home, he don't have to go very far. So staying here every summer, working with us, working with Coach Burrow, getting himself better. A young man who came in, again, we redshirted him his freshman year. Got him ready to play at the collegiate level, stepped on the field, and got him. No matter what you ask him to do, he gets out there and tries to do it. He has come to me on several occasions and tried to get me to switch the position. He's trying to work on me with this tackle eligible play, but that ain't going to happen. So, but again, a young man that does a great job for us, but not only on the field, but also off the field. Don't have any issues with him on campus or off campus or anything like that. So again, that's one of the reasons why he's here. And he's a local kid from Buckhorn, right? I'm sure they're right. Okay. And my son's from Haley, so two always clashes. I think does a great job for us. We talk about Montgomery Smith, young guy from the Birmingham area. We got him. Kid that was a heck of a player at the high school level. Quick, smart player. Once again, he came in. Decided the best thing for him. We had a bunch of receivers. We redshirted him his freshman year. Didn't complain about it. Get out there and work. He always jumped off the film when he was going against our defense. And got himself ready to play his freshman year on the field. Went out there and caught a bunch of balls. Last year did the same thing, a couple of big plays. Just got to find a way to get him in the end zone a little more. But does a great job for us, provide that leadership on the skill position for us. Not only is it providing in the verbal manner, but it's also providing, watching me work kind of manner. So gets out there, works extremely hard for us. Again, I know this is starting to sound like a thing, but again, a young man that, when I leave this campus, I don't worry about none of these guys as far as going along. They're one of the reasons why that when I can't get about 4 or 5 hours up the street, these guys are part of it. So don't worry about them. They're good guys. Work extremely hard. See them on campus, always well mannered. And I think they're great representations of our football program. So that's why they're here. Our coaches elect captains, and we're looking for these 4 young men to provide necessary leadership and take us not only to the next level, but the next step, I should say, but a level higher. We're not, like I said before, we're not concerned about what we lost. We're more concerned about what we have. We feel we got some very talented men. The question is how fast we can come together on this very competitive football schedule and get us to the level we want to be.
Question for Reginald. Reginald, you're originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Talk about, coming from New Orleans, coming all the way to Huntsville, Alabama to play football.
It's a big deal, it's 2 states who came across. Like I said, I'm from New Orleans. My family, my 5 friends were there. Moved to Mississippi, Hurricane Katrina, after starting where I was in high school there, played in a small town called Mississippi, in West Carolina. Went there, like I said, went to Jim Coates called Perfect Community College. Came here with a big jump, like the atmosphere is different. Like I'm not being around a lot of certain people, being around my teammates, being cool with them and all. Pretty much it was pretty good.
Now, you're born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. You had to adjust to the weather once it got cold?
Yeah, see, Louisiana, it ain't that
Montarius, you're the leading wide receiver returning for the Bulldogs. Talk about your goals for the 2013 season.
Well, my goal is basically to be more assertive as a captain, to help my team out. We don't really have a lot of leaders in that aspect. And Coach asked me, told me, son, I need you to be a leader this year. And I told him that I can do it. And as far as just helping my team out, we got to communicate better. And we're doing that together, learning how to be better communicators. And we do that, we'll be a better football team.
Alan Cruz, as Coach Pearl mentioned, we're replacing 3 young men starters on the offensive line. You have Justin Goodrich right there with you, but how is the transitioning and playing with 3 new players?
The 3 players we had last year were great. 3 players that we're going to start this year, I'm very confident in all 3 of them. I know once they step on the field, they're going to give me everything they have as long as we're going to give them everything we have. But I have confidence in each one of them.
Any more questions for these gentlemen? We want to thank you gentlemen for coming out to Bulldog Football Media Day. Thank y'all very much, and always remember everyone, go Bulldogs.